What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Sports Betting with Let's Get 60. I'm your host, Justin Travis, and as always, you can find me on Twitter at Let's Get 60. On the web, letsget60.com, and on pickmonitor.com, Let's Get 60. And folks, we are in week 2 of football here. We're going to look at the college football week 2 and then NFL. Probably do this in a couple parts because I like to keep these down about 10 minutes. So let's just roll right in here with Ohio and Pittsburgh. Now, my line here, Pittsburgh's minus 10. I haven't made a decision, or haven't fired anything, or haven't pulled the trigger on anything yet. The current line is minus 5.5. Okay. The reason I think this line is so low is because if you look at the Virginia-Pittsburgh game and the final score, it looks like Virginia kicked the crap out of them. That game was close at the end of the first half. Okay, Pittsburgh was winning by 1. Okay, they got shut out in the second half. Virginia took over. Virginia is a very, very good team, favored to win the Coastal. Pittsburgh just got overwhelmed, threw a couple picks. You know how it goes. All right. Also, I think why this line is low is because Pittsburgh's got to travel to Penn State next week, and so this is a look-ahead spot for them. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's a big game for them. Okay, but they don't have a win yet here. They need to focus. They need to get this win. If they can't beat Ohio by 6, then they're going to get slaughtered at Penn State. Not that I think Penn State's that great of a team this year. Next year, I think Penn State's going to be very good, but this year they're going to go through some struggles. However, it's a hard place to play no matter what. Pittsburgh needs to focus and get this win, get some momentum going to go into Penn State. Okay, I like Pitt at minus 5.5. We're going to see what the number does, but I'm pretty sure that I'll go ahead and fire on this in the next day or two to get it at 5.5. All right, next game, Army at Michigan. Now, my line here was Michigan minus 10 again, and then I see the current line, or I saw the line, I think it was Monday night at 23. I mean, this was a no-brainer here, okay? I would not pay attention to the Army-Rice result or score at all. Okay, Rice had all summer to prepare for the triple option. Michigan's going to have 4 or 5 days. Okay, Army will sit on the ball for 30 minutes a game. I mean, that's all they do. They limit the opposition's possessions, run that option, and hope for the best. I mean, you saw what they did to Oklahoma. Almost beat Oklahoma. I see the same thing happening with Michigan. Michigan's got some injuries, and their offense is not as explosive as we want them, as Michigan fans want them to be. I'm not saying Army beats them, but it certainly isn't this. I don't think it's going to be a 31-0 type, or 35-3 type game. I think Army is going to score some points, and they're going to again limit Michigan's possessions. Getting 23 is great, and we see it right here now. The line moved already away from us after we got it at 23 at 22.5. So far we have closing line value. All right, next 2 games. Vandy at Purdue. All right, I got Purdue minus 3 here. The current line is minus 7, down from 9.5. Okay, clearly someone likes Vanderbilt. Okay, the reason I like Vanderbilt is 2 reasons. One, I'm getting 7 now. Okay, if this line came out at 3 or around my number, I wouldn't take it. Okay, Vandy, both teams need to win. Okay, and I understand that Vandy's on the road, but I think Vanderbilt's a better team than Purdue. We didn't really get to see how good Vanderbilt is or could be because they're playing Georgia, and Georgia just overwhelms you. I think we saw what Purdue is. Okay, they're underachievers, and I don't think it's not gonna be it's not gonna be such a hostile environment for Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt can go in there and getting 7 points. I think this is a no-brainer here. You take a bigger team, an SEC team with 7 points against a team like Purdue. There's no reason why Vandy can't win this game, and and there's no reason why they can't keep it close. Okay, another SEC matchup here, or with an SEC team, is West Virginia at Mizzou. All right, my line here is I think West Virginia should be favored in this game by -3. I get it, they're on the road, but I give West Virginia -3. Current line, Missouri 14, -14. Okay, this team lost to Wyoming. What on God's green earth did they ever do to earn -14 against any team, any Power 5 team? Okay, you kidding me? This is again, much like the Army game. This is a must bet here. You're getting 2 scores. West Virginia can score. I know they struggle with JMU and all that, whatever. Missouri lost to Wyoming. I don't think Missouri's that good. West Virginia getting 14, I think it's a no-brainer. All right, Cincy at Ohio State. I think Ohio State -10. Current line is now is -16 from 16.5. So that tells you right there. There's some movement. There was some action on Cincinnati. Listen, we saw Cincinnati beat UCLA. Not that UCLA is some yardstick or something, but they beat a Power 5 school. Okay, UCLA. Every one of those kids that are on Cincinnati wanted to go to Ohio State and did not get recruited. That should tell you something about the mindset of those Cincinnati players. They're going to come out believing they can win, and boy, they want to win bad. They want to beat Ohio State so bad. Okay, Ohio State kind of, they looked great in the first quarter against FAU, but then they kind of just, how focused will they be? I don't think the coach is going to pull their starters as soon as he did with FAU. I think this game's going to be a lot closer. I mean, the spread tells you 16. Not that the spread has any indication of what the score is going to be, or indicative of what the score is going to be. However, looks like it's going to be a closer game than the FAU. I like Cincinnati here. I like Cincinnati to get it to the fourth quarter. It'll probably be 1 possession or 2. We're getting 16 points here. Cincinnati. Northern Illinois at Utah. We saw how good Utah was going into BYU and beating them pretty soundly. Northern Illinois, this is a tune-up game. This is a home opener. They have another tune-up game after this one. No look-ahead spot here before they start their Pac-12 schedule. I have Utah -24. It's 21.5 now, up from 20. So that tells you something right there. I'll probably end up buying a half a point to get it to 21. But I think Utah has no problem with Northern Illinois. All right, let's roll through these real quickly so we can get under 10 minutes here. UCF at Georgia Tech. This is the one that's like one of the spreads. I'm like, what? I understand UCF lost to Wisconsin 49-0. I get it. But Georgia Tech lost to Clemson. I know Clemson's better than Wisconsin. Okay, fine. This line, I think, has everything to do with what we saw, UCF 49-0, and everybody giving Georgia Tech a pass because they played Clemson. Georgia Tech is still Georgia Tech. They're changing their offense, and they don't have the personnel to figure it out. USF has some athletes. They are decent. This is a much better matchup for them than Wisconsin. Okay, I have them favorite -5. Current line USF plus 6.5 from 4. Now that's interesting because you would hope that this is going to be the last one. We're approaching 10 minutes. You would hope that 4 it should go down, whatever, but it's going up. So people are loading up on Georgia Tech. I say bring it on. Get that number up to 7 before I pull that trigger for USF. I think this is a classic buy low on this for this team here. USF is better than 49-0 Wisconsin, playing Wisconsin. This team is going to play Georgia Tech tough. Okay, guys, that's the end of part 1. We'll start part 2 in just a second. Thanks for watching, and as always, may all your favorites cover. May all your dogs be alive.